can see me. I'll find out when I check this later, but it's a little after 5 in the morning. I'd love to put out a video every week right now like I have been, but I'm not gonna put out junk content. And here's the thing, you know, I'd like to not put out junk content. I'm not gonna just put videos together just to have content up there when it's no good. And the issue right now, as it's been for weeks, is the weather. I'm in the desert, I'm in the high desert, and I'm gonna show you now what I've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks here. Oh, the wind is coming this way. Lovely skies, you really can't do anything. I can't walk without holding. And this is what it's like all the time. You can't do anything outside. I've been stuck inside for almost 3 weeks now. We have 1 week. All right, so, you know, I moved out of the RV. I got to get everything out of it, but I can't do that. I'm really kind of stuck. I can't do much of anything I got planned to do until this weather calms down a little bit. I can't be outside. I mean, you just can't do anything outside. Everything has to be done inside, which doesn't make great video content. So, until the weather clears, it is what it is. That's what I have to go through just to get a cup of coffee. I gotta get it kind of out of there, out of that building. I gotta get dressed because, you know, it's building to building. You don't want to be out in that with no clothes on. You can't be out now with no clothes on. You die of exposure. So if I want a cup of coffee and I get up at 2, I have to get dressed, come out here to the RV and make some coffee and then go back out there and work and drink it. So it'll be kind of the same when I put this in the kitchen anyway, because it's still going to be from one room to the other. So that's part of this existence, is I can't just get up out of my bed and put my house coat on and walk into the kitchen and grab a cup of coffee. First, I have to drive 17 miles to get water. I couldn't. It was weird the first couple days out there because it wasn't rocking like this. I've gotten so used to being in this boat. And this is what it's like, just for hour after hour after hour, day after day after day, for basically a month. I've been trapped in the house. I guess that's part of hermit life, being stuck in the house for a month. I'm gonna finish this cup of coffee, and I'm not even gonna bother trying to carry you out there. I'm leaving you in here for now. So. Hey, it's just a little after 9. This is insane. It's been going on for like, say, weeks now. It's beautiful sky. We got a big storm front coming through, whatever it is. The wind is intense. Inside here is freezing. I'm gonna have to get a heater and get hooked up, because it's cold in here now. It's cold. I'm gonna get something done about that. Sounded like the wind's calmed down a little bit. It's just a little bit after 10. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Oh man, that is bright. Nope, the wind, well, it's calmed down, but it's still pretty darn windy. The wind turbine. Oh yeah, it's still still too windy to do much anything. Hopefully it'll calm down a little bit so I can get something done today besides coding. I'm getting really tired of coding. The rats definitely come back. See the cactus, fresh cactus up in there. Yeah, more cat. I just cleaned that all out yesterday. He brought all that in last night. More down there. So yeah, didn't want to do it, but it's time to get the rat trap out. I'm gonna have to take care of him because he won't leave. So I'm gonna have to make sure he can't come back. Woohoo! All right, well, I ain't gonna be able to do much besides code today, so I'll pick you up and bring you out a little bit later. Maybe. Maybe not. See ya. It's not that windy, so I get some work done. It's too windy to put the ladder up, but I could get some stuff going on here, and I thought you might get a kick out of this. This is the part of the compass star that's coming out, and this is the when as I build these things up and I have to bring in new dirt, and this is what I thought you'd get a kick out of, or would like to see. Resources in the desert are what they are. There's not a lot of wood, there is a lot of dirt. And what I have over here is a nice sand pile. This is my sand resources. I'm doing work like this. Sometimes I bring a bucket or such over, but this is where I get the sand from to do these projects. It's free. If you gotta use what you got, man. And what I got is a whole bunch of dirt. And this is pretty clean. It's a nice sandy dirt. In case you didn't notice, this does have a fairly significant angle down and away, because any rain that does come down, I want it to go directly out. This is a lot higher at this point than here. There's almost a 2-inch gap between the tip of that and this point. It's a pretty big difference. So I got to build it up a little more, which means I need a little more sand from the sand pile. I'll see you in a few. You can see this foam, I figured out as I use it, if it's still just a little bit tacky, as I push the cement up, it pushes the foam up. It makes a really nice joint. And the reason this is so thick is because there's almost an inch between right here and right here. The downslope is insane right there, but that's because that goes off into space, and I just want to make sure the water drains out. But there's a big slope there. That's why the cement's so thick. See how that just pushes right at it? That was beautiful. Now, this one detail I really like is, you know, because of the steampunk look, the floor here, I've got a build-up, a podium for the steel brace, and you can see it really came out nice. It's got a nice angle to it there. I hit it with water right as it was drying so I could bring the rocks up instead of all cementy. This way it looks like it's old, it's been tripped on and brushed against, and I'm going to put a fake iron beam on top of that. Some of that foam down. Now for the top of the coat, the half cement, half sand topping mix. I'll turn you back on when I'm texturing. You don't need to watch this again. Hey, time shifting. 2 months ago at 3 o'clock the sun was going down. It's 5 o'clock now and the sun's just going down. So the time shifting. I've also noticed the sun's moving back over this way really quickly. But let's go check out the outside. Woohoo! Insanely windy outside still, but I had to get some more done. I came out here and the rat was still in, and I just spent the last hour moving all the cactus and the rat poop out. It smells awesome in here right now because I sprayed everything down with peppermint oil, extracted peppermint with a whole bunch of like 30 drops of peppermint and this much water, and it really keeps most of the rats and the mice and stuff away. I love the smell, they hate the smell. I spray it and everything all the time. But it's time to make some hard decisions on the robot. There's been a lot of push behind the scenes from a lot of people for me to build a new Sharko. And when I say a new Sharko, I mean an old school new Sharko. The version that I made in Las Vegas for the Robo-Joust events when I was producing those in Las Vegas. Solid steel tail all the way back, kind of like the first one I made for the reboot. This, I think it was season 4 of the new season. That kind of excites me, but to make it a combination of the old Sharko, all steel tail, with my new Battle Claw tires, which have proven themselves to be the most awesome tires in the world. I love these tires. With the vertical spinning disc that the new Sharko had, or I should say version 8.5, I don't remember what, but whatever. The one 2 versions ago had the horizontal spinning disc with the replaceable teeth. Now the reason it was that design was that aluminum piece was a blank that was in a medical device destruction unit. It was like a big chopper blade. It was waste, it was scrap. That's why I had it. If I did that again, I'd have to look at the vertical disc. I might want to change a few things, but I did love that version of Sharko. He danced beautifully. He was solid. It was a dependable robot. It had those two big 74 NPC 74s in there, and those things are, you know, if you mount them in there right, ask Ray, he'll tell you. Those are amazing motors. They do the job for a 250-pound robot. They're amazing. They're designed to move around a weapon. And if I did another Sharko, he would be a solid steel propane tank, solid steel tail with the big up spinner. I want to thank everyone. I mean, the robot combat community, the fans, the other builders, BattleBots, Greg, Trey, everybody. Jax, we love you, Jax. Everybody loves Jax. To the point. The fundraiser that we've had going, I've been trying to make money a few different ways. I know if a lot of you might not know, the whole situation is before, when John and I had our trailer business together, that's basically how we funded the robots. Split the profit down the middle, and a bunch of it would go to paying for the robot. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. So now I'm trying to raise money a bunch of other ways. Like the videos. I don't want to monetize my YouTube channel. I'm going to rely on the Patreon, because if I monetize the YouTube channel, and you know, that's a long way away anyway, that's something that forces ads down your throat. I hate advertisements. Personally, I hate them. I complain about them constantly. I think we're far too commercialized a world as it is. I'm an entertainer. I make my living entertaining. You know, mass media is funded by commercialism. It's a catch-22. It is what it is. I'm an entertainer. I am what I am. But that doesn't mean I have to put commercials on my YouTube channel. So this content is ad-free, except for ads for me. Buy Team Aquatic Machine Force merch. The fundraiser has been amazing. You've donated almost $1,500 so far towards building the new robot. I have spent out of that only about $700 actually. There's still a little over $800 there's a robot account for Team Aquatic Machine Force. That's a specific account that's only for the robot, and for tools to build the robot, and for merchandise for the robot. Everything that goes for the robot is handled through the robot for tax reasons. I'm sure you understand. All that paperwork, all that money, everything for the robot is in another account. There's just over $800 here right now. The most of the money I've spent has been in steel, raw steel, and some bearings and some shafts. Nothing that would be wasted if I changed my focus at this point, and instead of building the new bot, built a new Sharko. I'm not going to make it to BattleBots this season either way with my own robot. It's just not going to happen. Life is not going to happen. I knew it. I knew it last year. I said it last year before I left. I probably wasn't going to make it, but that's okay. I'm not really set up out here to leave for a month. Leaving everything alone here in the desert for a month is not a good idea. So maybe it's a good thing I don't get to go this year, and I decide to build a new Sharko, and I take the parts out of this, use it for something else. There's no waste at all. I mean, it's all parts anyway. I have to get a new generator for the welder. I can't weld yet. That's been my holdup, and that's why the money that's sitting in the account right now is going to buy a generator, which is going to be about $500, $600. There's been twice I've gone to get the generator that I was supposed to be able to get it, and both places didn't have it when I got there that was supposed to have it. So the money's still sitting there, and that's what I'm sitting on right now, is to get a generator so I can run the welder. I got gas, I got a welder, I got raw steel, I got bearings, I got everything I need to go to the next step on this robot, except for power for the welder. But I have the money in the bank to get it. I just haven't gotten it yet. But if I decide to go to a new Sharko, that takes everything in a new direction. I can just go ahead and strip this, get it out of the way, and start picking up old propane tanks. And I still need the welder, because that's the first thing I need to do. So I have to think about it. And in the comments, comment, you know, on the Facebook page, join the Team Aquatic Machine Force, Team AMF, and you know, make your voices heard. I love building and fighting robots. I love the sport. I love everything about it. I love the fact that robotics at this level inspires kids to get into the STEM education and to learn how to code and learn how to build and to learn how to actually bolt a motor to a wheel and to a chassis and to a speed control and put enough batteries in there and wire them up in the right way, and then get all the money together to go to an event and to fund a team and to get the merchandise and the commercial aspects and the legal aspects and the logistical aspects, and everything about the sport is amazing. And I don't care if I'm building another shark or a manta ray or a cymbal smashing monkey where instead of cymbals they're saw blades. I mean, as long as I'm building a robot, I'm good to go with that. Since right now you are funding the robot just as much as I am, but more in cash. I'm doing most of the work and some of the cash, but you guys are doing most of the cash. So I'm going to listen to you guys on what type of robot you want me to build. Do you want me to finish the manta ray and get it done? Do you want me to take him apart and start a new old school Sharko? The solid steel tail, solid steel propane tank body, right back to the old school design, but with the new updated uppercut disc. It's up to you. I mean, I'm good to go. You're paying for it. I might as well let you decide. So, answer the poll. Go to patreon.com, Team AMF, and the poll is open to everyone. You don't have to be a member or anything like that. There's never, all the commercials are for me. As I said, there's no ads on the channel. I'm not going to monetize the YouTube channel anytime soon. There's other reasons for that too. We'll get into that later. But I just wanted to say that if you want to let me know what you'd rather see. Would you rather see a new Sharko, bigger, faster, stronger, harder, or finish the manta ray? Either way, I'm not going to make it this year. It's going to be next year, which means I can go either way. I'm not out any money. I'm out a little bit of time, but I don't care because I love building robots, so that's not time lost. So answer the poll, patreon.com, Team AMF, and let me know what you'd rather see, Sharko or new bot. All right?